All right. Well, happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone tuning in had a great holiday season and a nice New Year. Abe, it's 2022. There's a lot going on in the real estate market, but thank you again for joining me for another year of Myrtle Beach Real Estate TV. I'm sure you had a good holiday season yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah, I love doing the show. Yeah, the holidays were great, but it's always nice to start a new year, especially right now with COVID. Everybody wants a fresh new start, so new year is always good. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, I tell you, let's just jump right into it.
Mhm.
And I'm already getting questions. I started getting questions towards the end of last year, like between Christmas and the New Year, of emails, texts. Hey, Greg, when do you think the market's going to get heated up again based on the holidays, right? Like when should we consider buying? When should we consider selling? And I just want to have that conversation because December was a phenomenal month for sales, not only condos, but there was a tremendous amount of sales for residential homes. The A lot of people thought, well, gosh, maybe there won't be a lot of buyers during the holidays, so maybe inventory will start to accumulate. I can promise you, there's been no accumulation of inventory. If it is, maybe in the next hour, 4 properties will come on the market and shift the numbers. But by the end of the day, those 4 properties will probably be off the market. Um, but that's what I'm seeing for December. So a very active market. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%, extremely active, and especially relative to the inventory, right?
Yes.
Because we always get that question through the holidays. Hey, should I list right now? Should I wait until spring? When is the best time to list? So that those questions pop up year after year.
Yeah.
And this market, I mean, we've both been here a very, very long time. It's really changed a lot. So not only is it not as seasonal as it used to be, now these last couple of years with this inventory crisis that we have with the few number of homes and condos on the market, the normal rule of thumb of waiting until spring for the buyer, quote unquote, to get here, that's changed. Right,
Yeah.
we're busy. December was amazing. I mean, we had so many sales overall in the market in December. I'm going to share that with you. And then I also went back and looked at how many properties were sold in January and compared them to what the inventory is currently for this month. I'd love to talk about that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. January, I think one thing that's important is understanding that January is a great time to sell. February is a great time to sell. March, and then all the way through the next December. Like every month is likely going to be a great time to sell. The thing that we have to pay attention, if somebody's thinking about selling now, the next month or so, what you have to pay attention to is inventory levels. Now, I say that inventory levels are already low, but like I was doing some research in a building in the Barefoot Resort, and for somebody I'm talking with and getting ready to help sell. And right now, there's 0 properties for sale in this building, 0. And there's 3 pendings, which means the last 3 that went on, they sold really quickly. And now today there's 0. I do believe that in March, there'll be 2 or 3, which is not a lot of inventory, but there'll probably be 2 or 3. And the reason will be is there'll just be a few people that are thinking nobody's really doing anything right now. They're waiting. So there's a few people that are going to wait and wait and wait. And then at the end of February, they're going to put their property on the market. So then in the end of February or March, there'll be 3 or 4 on the market. But today there's 0. If you want to create the most demand and put yourself in a position to sell at a higher price, then you would want to sell when there's the least amount of inventory. And there's a big difference in 0 and 3 or 4. Now, years ago, there would have been 12 or 15 on the market. So 3 or 4 is not a lot of inventory, but it is quite a bit more than 0. So when people ask me, well, what are the advantages early in the year? It's usually you're competing against nobody versus competing against a few. And that should show up in a higher price. I believe I'll get this one seller about $25,000 more than the last one that sold. Will there be an appraisal issue? Possibly, but it's highly likely I'll have multiple offers and one of them will be cash and it will sell, and then we'll no longer, and there won't be an appraisal actually necessary for that transaction to go through.
Yeah, that zero inventory is huge when it comes to selling. What ends up happening, and I've
Yeah.
done this, so have you, time after time. Like I just sold the Sandpiper Run unit in Litchfield by the Sea. I've been
Hmm.
talking to this guy for 2 years. We were talking about listing his condo at 475 not even 12 months ago. We put it on the market at 629 and got it sold.
Yeah.
You know, Coral Beach efficiency 99.9. Those were like 60, $70,000 not even a year ago. But what happens when there's zero units on the market and you're the only one? This is where you reap the most benefit when it comes when they make an offer. Okay, you as a seller, we're holding so much firmer on negotiating. We just say no, and what ends up happening, the buyer has no other option. Now, if there are 3 units, as you mentioned, what happens is that buyer just walks away and goes and makes an offer on another unit.
Hmm.
But many places right now don't have that option, especially with condos right now. There's no inventory out there. We've got about an 18-day supply of inventory on the market in condos, which is nothing. So
Yep.
so zero is huge as far as competition, as far as getting the highest price possible.
Yeah. Well, why don't you let's actually dive into the numbers.
Okay, cool. I'll pull this up on the screen. So the first thing I want to go over, Greg, is December sales. Okay. Um, Units sold, closed sales for December. This is single family homes. Okay, all homes.
Hmm.
1,045 homes sold in the month of December, right? This is a month where people say, no, it's not a good time. You've got the holidays and things like that.
Nobody's
1,040,
buying.
nobody's buying. 1,000, and this is, again, keep in mind, this is in a very, very extremely low inventory market. Now, if we actually had more inventory, that number would have been significantly higher.
Hmm.
But there's no homes out there to choose from, and they still sold 1,045 homes. This is overall market. When we look at just the resale alone, 666 of those homes. And then let's look at the condos. So condos, 653 condos sold in December
Hmm.
alone, which is a huge number, right? Now, who's buying condos? Who's buying oceanfront condos in the wintertime? A lot of people, right? So December was a very strong month. Now, what I'd like to look at is let's look at single family homes for January, right? Because if you're thinking about selling and you're waiting until spring, I urge you. I mean, whether you list with us or somebody else, you have your own realtor, that's okay. Okay, but take advantage of this low inventory right now. Don't wait until spring. Look at January for single family home previously owned.
Hmm.
So last January, 414 homes sold in the month of January. Okay, when we look at total homes, there was 642 homes sold, right?
In 2020.
In January of 2020.
Hmm.
Well, I'm sorry, let's go January 2021. Okay,
Hmm.
796. That's 2 years ago. So
Hmm.
796 this past January, total homes sold. Okay, when you look at what is available on the market right now, that's about half of our overall inventory. So
Yeah.
it's slim pickings for buyers out there. So I would absolutely take advantage of it right now. And then if you look at the condo, it's even worse.
Yeah.
You know,
And I want to say it's like
Again,
what the number of buyer leads that were like, so I monitor the traffic on our websites and how
mhm.
many leads are coming in on our websites or various advertisements that we do. And the number of leads that we're getting is continuing to be extremely strong. And we're getting probably, I mean, 1,000, new buyer leads every month. And that number's not shifting. But what is shifting or has shifted is the inventory. So what that means is as agents, statistically, we have more buyers on a waiting list than we've had in years. Because so we're getting more buyers and we have less to sell, which means more people have to be put on a waiting list. That's an extreme seller's market.
Yeah, so January of 2021, condos sold. Let's see, closed sales. January 2021, condos, 493 condos sold in the month of January. Okay, that's how many are on the market right now? 480, 481.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even have enough condos on the market right now to cover the number of sales for the month of January in 2021. I mean, that's that you're
Yeah, it
talking.
just means the buyers will be on a waiting list. They're just going to have
Yeah,
to wait.
they're waiting. They're waiting to
Yeah.
pounce. And
Yeah.
guess what happens? So yes, if you're out there and you have no desire to sell whatsoever, it doesn't matter. Hold on to your property, but know that it has appreciated. But if you've been thinking about it or you're on the fence, this is the time to actually go out there and maybe test your price.
Mhm.
Test a number that's out there that's above the comps and see if someone out there is willing to bite because there's no other options.
Yeah,
This
I
could be
agree.
a good time for that.
Yeah, no
Well,
doubt about it. And multiple offers. Yes, there was a small little gap of time where it seemed like we didn't have as many multiple offers. Well, that's changed. It's like the last 3 properties that I put on the market, multiple offers. I think every one of them sold at or over full price. Maybe one sold for 1,000 less. I don't want to misspeak, but it's really right there at full price or a little bit more. Yeah, and I tell you, what's interesting in the industry is a lot of real estate agents are frustrated, right? Because they keep writing offers, and if I get a new listing and 4 agents, I write an offer and 3 other agents write an offer, that's 4 offers. Well, 4 buyers, only 1 buyer can buy the property. So in that situation, there's 3 angry buyers and 1 happy buyer, an extremely happy seller. But there's a lot of frustrations because buyers are getting also a little impatient and frustrated with their agents, saying, why are we not able to buy these? Why are we always getting in multiple offer situations? It really has nothing to do with the agent. It has to do with the lack of inventory. So again, those are things that we have to deal with and we have to manage when it comes to our representing of a seller. But if somebody is, like you said, if you're not thinking about selling, hey, this is just good information to know about. But if you are thinking about selling and you're thinking, hey, I might want to sell in the next couple of months, you want to sell in a zero inventory market. There's no question about it. There's no question about it.
yeah, yeah, and we're definitely getting a lot more multiple offers now on condos
Yeah.
because
Oh,
of
yes.
the such a low inventory right now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for our first episode of Myrtle Beach Real Estate TV in 2022. You can count on us to continue to deliver what we think is valuable real estate information, where we'll report good news, bad news, whatever we see, we're going to report it just so you can be an informed consumer. Abe, thank you. If anybody wants to reach out to Abe or I, you see our cell numbers at the bottom of the screen. We would love to earn your business someday in the future.
Take care, Greg.
Take care.
All right.